When I was young, I had a great dream. My greatest dream back then was to become a pastor. I wanted to become a pastor because I grew up in a Christian family. My mom would often teach me and let me recite Bible verses. She would put me on top of tables in front of the entire family. And then I will recite Bible verses. I like to be a pastor. I'd like to think I wanted to be a pastor because when the pastor comes up on stage, everybody listens. And so I felt that it was, and I don't know why, no, but I felt it was a life calling. And I hope that dream went on and nothing changed and I just became a pastor eventually. Pressure to me allowed me to really drive myself to excellence. My mom wasn't abusive or anything like that, but the disciplining really made me think that I don't want to do anything that will make my mom angry or will disappoint my mom. I wanted her to be proud of me. And to my surprise, at one point, I ended up, I think, second. It's the first time in my life that I was not on top. It's the first time in my life that I lost the sense. And if I defined myself to be always on top, the smartest kid in class, who am I now that I'm not top one? That was so heartbreaking to me that it actually triggered something in me that became a habit. I had the habit of hurting myself, brought about by what I see in media. And so that's when I first attempted to hurt myself or to kill myself. And then, kita niya, nakabuhol sa akin yung kurtina. And so she untied the curtain and started asking, why did you do this? Bakit mo to ginawa? And I told her, crying, Mommy, top 2 lang ako. And for the first time in my life, my mom, crying, hugged me and said, mahal kita kahit hindi ka top 1. And now here's my mom telling me, it's okay, I love you even if you're not top 1. I try to define myself as someone who can maintain a relationship, a solid relationship. I know it's puppy love and infatuation, but there are many other things in life you have to focus on. Studies, problems, family relationships. I got so distracted by my idolatry, I would say, of relationships, that when the relationship that I have is going smooth, I'm okay. So para siyang I don't know what to do. Without this person, I don't know who I am. I was so dependent on these things, on my identity as an honor student, on my relationship as someone who can keep up the relationship and please someone. Again, these things, they're not necessarily wrong, but if you put your identity in that perspective, you set yourself for disappointment. I would eventually use my self-hurting or attempts at taking my life as a form of manipulation. I think it was on my 6th attempt, and that was after college. I was in the advertising industry, that my girlfriend from college broke up with me. And I built my identity and my future around this relationship. I knew that God wasn't pleased with the relationship because it was not pleasing to God. It was very compromising. And really, my attention was not on God. I was a Sunday Christian. So when He pulled the relationship out, it felt to me like God was disciplining me. Like God was telling me, I told you to fix your eyes on me and you didn't. So you face the consequences. I cannot accept that I made mistakes. So I attempted to kill myself again. But I got saved. The moment I jumped and I was hanging, I was counting down. And then my sister came home late and found me. And when she lifted me up, I stepped on the stool again, went down out of shame. I was crying, and I was telling God in my head, you did not allow me to die. So I know you have a plan. But I don't know how to move. I don't know where to go. Can you help me? It was a prayer that was so real. And I really felt it in my heart. Like I was telling God, God, I don't know where else to go. But if this is a wake-up call, can you please bring me closer to you again? And that prayer of surrender, God heard it. Eventually, I wanted to go full-time in ministry. But the Lord was saying no. Many times in prayer and fasting, I would ask God, please, please, Lord, bring me to church, call me. I want to be, whatever that is, a missionary or something. But no doors are opening. So here's what I said. God, you gave me another chance at life. So here's what I'm going to do. If you're not going to bring me to church, I will bring the church to the company. And I started doing office Bible studies. In an industry where people would come to work and get drunk after work hours and get back to work because work is not yet done. I had the courage to bring the light forward and to show them that God redeemed this life, this person, and I got to win some. I got to encourage some. I got to point some people to God. And I see some of them today still in church. And I'm thankful to God that, the relationship with Him of these people was maintained. I left the advertising industry with a smile on my face, knowing that I leave behind a mark of excellence, a mark of intentionality, and a mark that is pointing to Jesus. And so I entered full-time ministry. I thought it was going to be the road to my dream of becoming a pastor. But you see, being a pastor demands more than just your willingness to let go of your dreams and aspirations. When God calls you and asks for your entire life, it means surrendering everything. And one thing I haven't surrendered is my idolatry of relationships. Whenever I pursue a relationship, my focus goes there. Isa yan sa mga gusto kong matutunan nyo in this story. When you pursue something, it cannot take the focus away from God. Because if it does, it becomes idolatry. And God hates idolatry. And for the 7th time in my life, I attempted to take my life again. This time, no one was there. After I did what I did, my sister woke up. She was trying to take a bath so that she could leave. And she found me there, tongue out, violet. It was a miracle. The doctor said that I will not live, and if I live, gulay na lang ako. I will be paralyzed. But no, I was revived. You see, I know Jesus to be my Savior because He always saved me in all my troubles. It was harder for me to accept Jesus as Lord. That moment taught me to surrender to Jesus. And I said, from now on, Lord, you hold my life. I surrender to you. Bahala ka na. If this life is worth something, make use of it. I surrender to you.